Christmas, silent night, deadly night.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 1984 Christmas horror film, Silent Night, Deadly Night. The film is directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr. And we have got Robert Brian Wilson starring in the film. We've got Lillian Chavin, Gilmore McCormack, Tony Nero, Britt Leach, and Linnea Quigley. Right. The film focuses on Billy. Now, Billy is a young man, a young boy at the beginning of the film. He is off to visit his grandfather, who is in like a home, I suppose. He is catatonic, doesn't speak, goes in with his mum and dad to say hello at Christmas Eve. The mum and dad leave the room. The grandfather comes alive, basically, and tells him that Santa Claus is basically evil and you should run a mile every time you see him. On the way home, they stop to help a guy dressed as Santa Claus whose car's broken down, but also turns out to be a murderer. He ends up killing his parents, raping and killing his mother, and he witnesses all of this. As you could imagine, he doesn't grow up being the most balanced young man. He is raised in an orphanage. There is quite a strict non-mother superior running the place. She kind of uses tough love as an approach. He grows up into an 18-year-old young man. One of the nuns gets him a job at a department store. And when it comes to Christmas, the usual Santa is not coming in, he's ill, so the owner of the department store asks Billy if he'll dress up as Santa to entertain the children. Well, what happens when he dresses as Santa is he decides to go on a killing spree as he finally loses his sanity and kills literally everybody he can find who he deems to have been naughty. Right, what are my thoughts on Silent Night, Deadly Night? Well, this is a first-time watch for me, guys. Never seen the Silent Night, Deadly Night films. I'm perfectly aware of them, especially the second one, because it's so meme-heavy with the garbage day thing and what have you. So that's probably what's put me off the movies, if I'm being honest, because that is so... Like I say, it's been so memed over the years, and it's all over the place, and it's so terrible. You're kind of thinking, well, this can't be a good franchise. I'm not going to bother, sort of thing. But I thought, well, obviously Christmas is on its way. It's very, very close now. I wanted to do some Christmas films, some horror Christmas films, a little bit different. Ones that I'd never seen before as well. And yeah. So I decided to give this a go, and I have to say, while I don't think this is an outstanding film or anything like that, there are obviously, some production value issues, budgetary issues, acting issues here and there. It is not what I expected either. I think because of all the stuff I'd seen around the Silent Night, Deadly Night films, I expected it to be kind of almost like a parody or, not taking itself seriously. And in actual fact, nothing could be further from the truth here. The film is very, very dark and very, very impactful. I mean, what a start to any film. This poor young Billy watching his, getting the absolute shit scared out of him by his granddad, telling him that Santa Claus is basically a homicidal maniac and run every time you see him. And then he actually meets Santa, and he's right. He is a homicidal maniac because he kills his parents right in front of him. So it's pretty much the worst start anyone could want, A, in life, and B, their introduction to Christmas and Father Christmas and Santa and all that business. And then the foresight of this nun getting him a job in a department store when, any department store at Christmas time is, full of Christmas stuff. It's going to have a Santa Claus. She knows his fear of Christmas. She knows all of this, but still, let's get him a job at this department store. It's just madness. So obviously the inevitable happens, and after that it kind of becomes a standard slasher in many ways. Some quite fun and inventive kills, absolutely. There's memorable kills, the old axe on the guy when he's coming down the thing on the sled, the putting the woman on the moose's head with the horns or whatever it is, might be a stag, I'm not sure, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? There's quite a lot of memorable moments here in regards to kills and all that kind of stuff. And it's actually quite a sad story in a lot of ways. It kind of breaks your heart, in regards to, this Billy and what's happened to him and what he's kind of experienced. But you do kind of lose sympathy for him fairly quickly, if I'm being honest, because his version of, who's been naughty is a little bit off. Do you know what I mean? At least half of his victims, you would not describe them as naughty. It's rarely, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a fun film to watch. I enjoyed my time watching it. My understanding is that the rest of the Silent Night, Deadly Night films, especially the second one, is, well, they're all not very good, and then they kind of go a bit weird after that. But obviously this is as well because coming out at the cinema, well, it might actually be out right now, is the new remake of this Silent Night, Deadly Night, the 2025 version. So I will be interested to check that out. I know that there is also a loose remake of this that came out in 2012 called Silent Night. And you might see a review for that one on the channel sooner than you think. So did I enjoy my time with this? Yes, I did. Did I think it was brilliant and really memorable? No, I didn't. It was just really a slasher film with a Christmas wrapping around it, really. Beyond that, other than this, really dark opening to the film and some memorable over-the-top killings, it is, fairly bog standard in most other areas. So that's my thought on Silent Night, Deadly Night, the 1984 classic, I suppose you could call it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on this franchise. Let me know your thoughts on the new remake that's just come out, on the 2012 loose remake, and I will see you all back on the channel very, very soon.